A new twist in the high-profile Alex Murdaugh case in South Carolina. After his double murder conviction was overturned, his defense attorneys now say they have new evidence ready to submit for a potential retrial, including previously unreleased DNA findings. But South Carolina's Attorney General warns prosecutors could seek the death penalty if Murdaugh is found guilty once again. Let's bring in Andrea Lewis, former felony prosecutor and trial attorney. So it sounds like the prosecution is holding over his head this death penalty possibility to make his team think twice about this retrial, huh?
Absolutely. The prosecution in this case has come back swinging after the devastating blow from the South Carolina Supreme Court. And they have said, look, everything's on the table, including the death penalty. Of course, as we've seen, the defense has come back firing as well and saying, but wait. What you don't know is that we have this new DNA evidence, according to them, male DNA under one of the victim's fingernails. I don't know that that's going to go anywhere, but certainly they're flexing their muscles as well, and everyone's posturing at this point, anticipating this new trial.
This obviously was a much-watched case when he was on trial and was ultimately convicted. But why did the Supreme Court there toss out his conviction?
This was a really, really interesting ruling, but not necessarily surprising. So the South Carolina Supreme Court did not overturn the ruling on just a technicality. They said this was actually shocking jury interference by the clerk of court, Becky Hill, of all people. And based on the testimony and the evidence that I've seen, their opinion is spot on. The allegations against her are really egregious. And so they just said, there's no way this can stand. They were very complimentary of both the prosecutors, the defense, and the judge, and just said, look, based on really this woman's actions and how terrible that they were in regards to this case, they had no choice.
His attorney was on Fox and Friends on Thursday, admitting that they don't have an alternative suspect, but obviously the defense doesn't need to present one. Listen here.
His family doesn't believe he did it, and they don't believe he could have done it. The evidence, frankly, doesn't support that he did it. Do we have an alternative suspect? No, we wish we did, but we have multiple alternative theories. After he was convicted the first time, we got a lot of tips, and we suspect that the state got a lot of tips. We've tried to follow up on those tips, but, we're limited with our resources. Now that we're back to square one, we think that gives us more.
But, despite the proffers of evidence that they're willing to make to suggest that he's innocent, there was also an awful lot of stuff that led to his conviction, an awful lot of evidence against him here.
Absolutely. And see, the way it works in these courtrooms is you can't just come in and throw allegations out there. Well, we think there could be some other people, or we got phone calls. That's hearsay. There's no actual evidence to support that unless they can proffer the underlying evidence and show that there actually is other potential suspects who could have done this, and it's not just unsupported statements. Without that, I highly doubt any of that will come in. And here's the interesting thing, John, we need to look at is, although the Supreme Court indicated there may need to be some limitations on the underlying financial claims that come into this retrial, we now have convictions on the financial crimes. And it's once you ring that bell, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to unring it. So if Alex Murdaugh takes the stand and is saying, I'm innocent, I didn't do this, I've lied about all these other things, and the jury hears that he's a convicted fraudster, what are they going to believe? Are they going to believe his testimony in any regard? And I think that that's doubtful.
Yeah, his son recorded some of the critical evidence presented at his first trial. It was, I guess, a video that had 3 voices in the background, including his own. Family and friends testified at a time when he said he wasn't anywhere nearby.
Sure. And how do you get around that? And ultimately, he agreed he lied. So you have him lying in that case. You have these devastating financial motive allegations with the boat crash case, these theft cases, him getting confronted at his law firm for stealing millions of dollars of client funds. I mean, those are really bad allegations. And a jury, he needs to hear that in order to make a decision in this case.
It's going to be one to watch. It certainly was a case that people were glued to the first time around.
All right, thanks for watching. Check out my new podcast, Hanging Out with me, Sean Hannity. The big interviews, the debates you won't get anywhere else. Like and subscribe for new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday.